They've injured my mother. She's dying. The statement emerged from the young girl's quivering lips while tears cascaded down her dirt-smudged face. She positioned herself before the enormous glass entrance of an imposing corporate tower, without shoes, gripping a small, damaged teddy bear. Within the building, suited professionals hurried past, unaware of the small presence who had just spoken words destined to upend their billionaire CEO's existence. Before we continue, friends, please don't move on just yet. This narrative will move your heart, perhaps even transform how you perceive compassion. So, if you value kindness, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because narratives like this one prove that humanity persists, and occasionally miracles emerge from the most unlikely sources. The morning had begun routinely for Alexander Reed, among the wealthiest and most influential CEOs in the metropolis. Others referred to him as the Ice King. His reputation rested on his merciless business acumen, his detached decision-making, and his capacity to revitalize companies with calculated efficiency. He considered emotions to be hindrances. Experience had convinced him that love weakened you. That particular morning, he was attending a board meeting on the 42nd floor when his assistant whispered anxiously, "Sir, there's a young child outside. She's requesting you specifically by name." Alexander's brow furrowed. "A young child? Requesting me? That's impossible. Turn her away." However, the assistant faltered. She mentioned, "Her mother is acquainted with you." Something within him hesitated. Contrary to his instincts, he commanded, "Escort her inside." Minutes afterward, the office entrance swung open, and the girl entered, appearing no more than 7 years old. Her clothing was soiled, her eyes crimson from weeping. She clasped a small photograph in her grip, holding it so fiercely her knuckles had whitened. He gazed down at her and questioned icily, "What is it you want from me?" The girl's mouth trembled as she murmured, "Please rescue my mother. They've harmed her. She's dying." Alexander experienced an unfamiliar stirring in his chest. He couldn't explain why. "Who is your mother?" The girl advanced forward and extended the photograph. His pulse nearly ceased. It displayed a young woman's radiant, tender eyes, recognizable warmth. He identified her immediately. Emily, the sole woman he had cherished and abandoned years earlier. His thoughts spun wildly. "Emily," he exhaled. The girl confirmed with a nod. "She's my mommy. She informed me if anything terrible occurs, I should locate Alexander Reed." She declared, "You're a good man deep down." For the first occasion in years, Alexander sensed his frozen barriers fracturing. He swiftly seized his coat. "Where is she located?" The girl guided him to an aging neighborhood he hadn't visited in decades. Shattered windows, flaking paint. The scent of hopelessness permeated the atmosphere. Within a poorly illuminated apartment, Emily rested on the ground, frail, ashen, and marked with contusions. She rotated her head slightly upon hearing approaching footsteps. "Alex," she murmured faintly. He collapsed to his knees at her side, his voice wavering. "Emily, what's happened? Who's responsible for this?" Moisture gathered in her eyes. "The landlord. He demanded money I couldn't provide. When I declined, he and his associates." She was unable to continue. Her voice fractured. Alexander tightened his fists, fury surging through him. "I'll ensure they suffer," he vowed. Yet Emily extended her reach, her shaking hand grazing his face. "No, Alex, please don't sacrifice your soul pursuing vengeance. Just give me your word you'll care for Lily." He observed the young girl who was embracing her mother's hand, weeping. "Mommy, please don't abandon me." Emily offered a weak smile. "I love you, sweetheart, eternally." And then her hand dropped motionless. Alexander became paralyzed. For the first occasion in decades, he wept. Not quiet tears, but profound, agonizing sobs that originated from the portion of his heart he believed had perished long before. In the subsequent days, he organized Emily's funeral service. He settled every obligation she had ever accumulated, yet the remorse remained crushing. How could someone possessing everything have forfeited the only individual who genuinely mattered? Lily remained silent for days. She would simply sit clutching her teddy bear and gaze through the window. Alexander didn't understand how to console her. Yet one evening when he delivered her a cup of heated milk, she raised her eyes to him and murmured, "Mommy mentioned, you used to be kind. Are you still kind?" That inquiry penetrated his heart. He knelt at her side. "I'm uncertain, but I wish to be." From that moment forward, everything started to transform. He adopted Lily and assumed her guardianship. Initially, it felt uncomfortable. He didn't understand how to style her hair or how to prepare breakfast or why she wept during the night. However, gradually, she introduced illumination into his shadowed estate. She would dash through the corridors laughing, abandoning sketches on his office table that expressed sentiments like, "You're the greatest daddy ever." One particular morning, Lily discovered a collection of eviction documents on his desk, properties he intended to destroy for an upscale development. Among them existed the exact neighborhood where Emily had resided. Lily scowled and inquired, "Are you planning to destroy more people's homes?" Alexander became motionless. He studied her innocent expression and understood he could no longer proceed. "No," he stated gently. "Not ever again." He terminated the development. Alternatively, he established a foundation bearing Emily's name to construct secure homes for single mothers and their children. Gradually, his standing shifted. Individuals started referring to him as the Heart King. Years afterward, at a media gathering, he positioned himself alongside Lily, now a vibrant, self-assured teenager, and declared, "Previously, I believed success centered on wealth and influence. However, a young girl instructed me that genuine success involves preserving someone's tomorrow." The audience responded with applause, yet Alexander's eyes had moistened. He directed his gaze skyward and whispered, "I fulfilled my promise, Emily." And during that instant, a gentle breeze caressed his face, resembling a wordless expression of gratitude from above. So if you're viewing this currently, remember, occasionally one gesture of compassion can alter an entire existence. Don't disregard the individuals who arrive at your door. You can never predict whose narrative might transform your heart. If this narrative moved you, please like the video, distribute it, and subscribe to our channel for additional stories that remind us what being human authentically signifies. Because every view, every like assists us in circulating more love, more hope, and perhaps, just perhaps, a few more miracles.